What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, guys. The boy ran LFC. Liverpool 2, Leipzig 0. Liverpool 4-0 on aggregate. Leipzig 0. Great for Liverpool to keep 2 clean sheets back-to-back against the same team in the Champions League. This is a very good look for Liverpool. Liverpool advance to the Champions League quarter-final. Let's hope we can get FC Porto. That would be the ideal team for Liverpool in the next round in the Champions League quarter-final. I have my boy Jersey Boy and I have my boy Joe. How are you guys doing today? How are you guys feeling about the victory? Finally, we can smile and sleep well tonight with this victory. Talk to me, Jersey Boy. How you feel?
I'll ask Joe first.
Yeah, it's
Rizzo!
What's good, man?
How's it going, lads? You all right?
Yeah, it's
finally got to win. We finally got to win.
We did all right, man. We did all right. I'm just passing through for 10 minutes because I've said I'd go on a few streams tonight. But
Yeah,
I'm just showing some love.
Yeah, we're not going to be long here. Probably 15 or 20 minutes. That's it. Yeah, let's go. You, Jersey Boy, you're always giving it Joe, man. I'm saying you're giving it Joe.
Fine.
Go on, Jersey Boy,
Fine. All right, so I didn't watch the game because I was doing a dual watch along of Liverpool and I was doing the Barcelona game. So, but what I can see from tonight is we had a lot of chances and we didn't put them away. The game could have been 5 or 6, probably, or 4 or 5-0.
7 or 8, mate.
We could have absolutely broken them. But Salah can't finish easy chances. Neither can Mane, neither can Jota. We need to get them to work on their shooting boost. But at least we scored 2. Yeah. We'll through the next round. I would love to get Porto. But I don't think that will happen. I think we will get Dortmund. I have a feeling we're just going to get Dortmund. So, very, very, very good game. You know, it's going to be another Champions League again with no Ronaldo, no Messi. So, at least no Barcelona for us. Barcelona can't get revenge on us. But good night. I will sleep well. I just want to see this team again versus Wolves.
Same setup, man. Yeah, definitely.
Joe, you?
Yeah, well, delighted to get the win. You know, it's finally, like you said, Ryan, a smile on our faces. It's been miserable form, miserable performances, miserable results. But, you know, we have a little love affair with the Champions League. And a similar game tonight, like it was in the first leg against Leipzig. I thought, you know, we're going to start from Alisson forward. Alisson made a crucial save, like in the first 10 minutes or something like that. It was a massive save, a very good save. Like he does time and time again for us. The first half, you know, we created chances. The front three looked, you know, dynamic. They looked like they were hungry, and yeah, they weren't clinical, and it was frustrating. And you know, it could have hurt us, but yeah, thankfully we scored pretty well in the second half. You know, the defense weren't bad tonight. I thought Robert and Trent were solid. Phillips and Kabak impressed tonight. I think that was Kabak's best performance, to be honest. He's looked pretty shaky in a lot of his games that he's played, but I'm very pleased that he was a lot more solid. Nat Phillips is a rock, no-nonsense defender. I mean, you know, there's a question, do we keep Nat Phillips or not? But I think he's a Premier League defender, and I think he's done a great job. The midfield were class. Fabinho was unbelievable, back in his best position. Wijnaldum and Thiago had good games. Yeah, all-round good stuff. Front three, yeah, they weren't clinical. You know, that's something to talk about, but just yeah, that's my little summary for now. Very good goals as well. Salah nicely taken, and Origi coming on to assist Mane. Decent stuff.
Bizzer.
Yeah, obviously agree with all that. I think starting from the back, I think Nat Phillips was man of the match by a country mile. I think he was absolutely incredible tonight. I think Kabak played very well. Phillips was definitely our best player on the pitch, though. You could tell how much he wanted it, and he was trying to keep that clean sheet desperately. Kabak obviously played well as well. Much better game from the fullbacks, getting up and creating some chances. And then obviously, if we transition into midfield, Fabinho has showed why he's been missed so much in that position. He's a very good central defender, but he's one of the best defensive midfielders in the world. So it was a phenomenal performance from him, and that complemented Thiago's performance as well. I've been saying for weeks how much we need to get Fabinho back in midfield so we can let Thiago roam and play his game as opposed to playing the game of a defensive midfielder, which isn't his strong position. So it was great to see Fabinho allow Thiago to have a much better game. And then, yeah, the front three aren't firing, but they haven't been firing for weeks. However, the thing that you've got to take from this game is the amount of chances that were created were massively more than our last few games, particularly at home. Mane has obviously got on the score sheet, which I think he was in desperate need of doing. Salah had one of his usual games and obviously scored as well. That was his first goal in 4 or 5 games after scoring 7 out of 7. I think the statistic was on BT Sport tonight. And Jota, you've got to remember as well, Jota's come back from a very long layoff. He needs game time. He needs to be able to get back into these games, and he has been jumped straight back into the first 11 the last couple of games that we played against Fulham and Leipzig as well. So he put a very good shift in today, and I think in a couple more games' time, he's going to be back to his normal clinical self. It was a very promising performance all round, to be honest. I'm very happy with what happened tonight. I thought we put on a very good showing. Especially considering that was probably the worst time to play a Champions League last 16 game, in my opinion. So yeah, I'm over the moon with that result.
Well, for me, I am super excited for this Liverpool team. Finally, a lot of Liverpool fans across the world can sleep very good in their bed to see us advance to the Champions League quarter-final. It's a very bad season for us. It could be great if we win the Champions League. But in this game, we have to give Jurgen Klopp massive credit, because all we has been saying in the last 3 months, Jersey Boy and my rest of my panel, is just play every single body in their right position. Just play centre-back in centre-back. Why take Jurgen Klopp so long to do this? Fabinho, he's just shielding the back line. And I have to say, man, Klopp make a lot of blunder, but he's a human being, and I have to see it doing. But he should have made this statement a long time. Just play player in their natural position. And that's what, when they play a player in their natural position, make these Nat Phillip and Kabak build up a partnership. And for me to see them get a clean sheet, that's going to give them a lot of confidence going to the game against Wolves in the Premier League. So for me, I think, especially in that first half, we create a lot of opportunity, but we just need to put our chances away. And for to see Leipzig, if they score first today, who know, every single Liverpool player head will drop. Because when I look at our last couple games in the Premier League, just all the team do, just score from us and our head drop. And the greatest thing, we have to give this Liverpool team a lot of credit, because when you look at the last 67 result, we don't create a lot of opportunity. Look in this game, we create chance after chance. That's great thing. That's when you know the goal is going to come. All he has to do, create chances on a consistent base. When I am start to worry when we don't create chances in football game, and this game, especially in that first half, we could easily score to 5 goals, especially in that first half. But nevertheless, the guys fix up, come back in second half, and they just do the right thing and just take it to the next level. And I'm super proud for this Liverpool team. Jurgen Klopp can have a very good night in bed and stuff. So great win for us. But Joe, why do you think Liverpool win this game in the second half?
Well, look, to be honest.
What the hell is that sound?
So it's bloody Jamie Redmond on Insta. I just turned me in. Turned me Insta on.
I just sounded really
sorry.
Come off guard, sorry.
To be honest, the second half, we were kind of on the ropes. There was like a 15-minute period where Leipzig were finding a lot of space. They were exploiting our back line. They kind of had a few half chances here and there, and it was looking quite dangerous. So they probably were more likely to score in the second half. But, you know, the class from Liverpool's attackers did show in the end, and we needed that one chance. And we were clinical. Look, we were opening up Leipzig's defence a lot of the time. I thought Jota, Mane, Salah, they caused them a lot of trouble because they didn't necessarily stick to their positions a lot. They were quite fluid across, which is quite a kind of a difficult thing to handle and mark. So yeah, once Salah scored, that would open it up even more. And Origi came on, provided something a bit different. I've never seen him put a ball in like that before, and it was nicely tucked home by Sadio. yeah, no, I thought all in all it was a very good performance, especially the midfield and Nat Phillips pretty much on point for me tonight.
Well, definitely, we're supposed to can be happy now. Quarterfinal. Realistic, guys. What team do you want Liverpool to face in the Championship quarterfinal? Porto would that be the dream job, or Porto just knocked out Juventus? We're taking Porto lightly. Joe?
For me again, yeah, definitely Porto. Definitely Porto. They're the only team. Credit to their unbelievable win against Juve last night, but they're the weakest team in the Champions League left for me. City would be a terrible draw. I mean, they're on fire. I think Chelsea as well would be very difficult. PSG, obviously, Bayern, all these top teams left. Dortmund wouldn't be the worst, but looking at our defense and trying to marshal Haaland, that would be very, very tough. I'm not going to lie. But maybe Real Madrid, they are really poor this season. So Real Madrid or Porto for me, definitely.
Bizzer, what do you think?
I think we should. The only one we should really be bothered about facing is if we end up drawing against City. I think that will probably be the worst draw, because they can at this moment in time play to an equal standard or better than us, as shown in the Premier League fixture. I think the likes of Dortmund and Porto, that Porto always struggle to play against us, so they would be good ties. Dortmund, you've got to remember, Dortmund are 6th or 7th in the Bundesliga at the moment, and Leipzig are chasing the tail of Bayern and are right up Bayern's arses in the league. So we put on a good show against them. There are obviously the threats of Haaland, particularly against our defence, but I thought defensively we were great. Leipzig had to score tonight early on, and they didn't. They had to throw the kitchen sink at us in the second half, and they did, and they still didn't get through. And that was against Phillips and Kabak. So it's promising, and it's a lot that can be built on, in my opinion. And I'm just excited to be through to the quarterfinals. That was the main thing. I just wanted to get through. I'm excited to see who we get drawn against, but I've no doubt that we'll put up a good performance against them, because we are royalty in this competition, and we always seem to perform when we need to. So yeah, I'll take anyone. I'm not bothered.
Do you think? Do you think just a quick one on that defense? Do you think Phillips and Kabak then is the partnership we should be going forward with? I don't even think they played together. It's mental, like 20 different partnerships. They played
together when we beat Sheffield United, I think.
Yeah, once or twice.
Yeah, but I definitely. Obviously the only ones you should really be looking to bring back in the team now are Gomez and Van Dijk, and I don't think either of them are anywhere near being ready. So why not stick with that? And they've kept a clean sheet against Leipzig tonight. They played semi-decent against Sheffield United in the first time of playing together. So yeah, the most important thing is Fabinho being sat in front of him. I've said this so many times. He's such a confidence booster to have in front of your back two. It doesn't matter who you play at the back two when you've got Fabinho in midfield, because he just takes you up another notch. And he was vital tonight. I mean, his positioning tonight was back to seeing like Liverpool team of last season, really, in terms of a defensive capability against Leipzig. So it was a lot to build on, very promising. And the likes of Origi coming on and being quite bright when he came on, that's obviously another positive to take from it. And Keita looks like he's getting to a fitness level now where he can play consistently and play well consistently as well. And he's a very, very good player technically. And yeah, there's a lot of positives to take moving forward. And we've been through the shit now. We've been through all the struggle and the frustration, and I think we have to use this as a catalyst to build on.
Yeah, that's true. The thing is, for me though, it's like it's looking obviously based on this performance and the fact we're getting a few players back. Hater and Jota look like they're really back to fitness now. The thing is, for me, it's just extremely frustrating, because for me the league is done. However well we play, whatever run we put together, our top four for me is 100% finished. Like, yeah, we can hope for a 10-game winning run, but at the end of the day, I just don't think that's realistic, if I'm honest.
I think the thing is, stranger things have happened. All we can do is beat the teams that are in front of us. That's what we should be focusing on. If we end up sneaking into the top 4, then fair enough. We've left ourselves a massive challenge to do that, and I think it will be a massive struggle. I think it will be easier to win the Champions League than to get top 4.
I agree.
But we've got both of them to aim at, and if we play like that in the Premier League, I can't see many teams getting a result against us. We desperately need to break this hoodoo of 6 or 7 games without a win at Anfield. That's the next objective. I think if we can score a couple of goals at home in our next game, it'll lift a lot of pressure, and then we'll just take it from there. But yeah, top 4's a stretch. But in European competition, we're probably one of the best teams out there, really, regardless of whether we're in form or not. And we've shown it in both legs against Leipzig. So it'd be interesting to see. Definitely, I'm excited to see who we get in the quarterfinals. And don't forget as well, there's an international break, so it's like a month until the next game, and you never know what could happen in that month. You never know who could start scoring. You never know if certain players will come back from injury. It's hard not to be positive at this stage of the season now after everything that's happened.
One thing I want to say, I think it'll be good. I think international break will be good for some people, and I think it'll be good because Firmino's probably going to go to Brazil, because I think they're going to put the South American qualifiers with European players in Europe because of quarantine. So I think Firmino, you could get stuck on scoring and getting his shooting boots back on for Brazil, and also Trent probably will not play for England because Southgate has better choices, but at the moment. But I think it'd be good for them in a sense, and good rest for some players. We'll play Wolves on Monday at 8:00, and then we'll play 2 weeks later against Arsenal at the Emirates. So next 2 games are Wolves away. So next 2 games are away. No Anfield. Next 2 away games. So I want to see this team, exact team, nothing changed against Wolves, except I'll probably swap Genie for Keita.
Sorry, Ryan.
Go for it.
I was just going to say, as much as I do think Ginny had a good game tonight. I think against a team like Wolves, he's probably not needed as much defensively, because Wolves are really struggling to offer something up front now. I think obviously Raul Jimenez is still out with a fractured skull, and I think that's bearing a massive impact on the team. And then you've got Adama Traore, who's not scored or assisted in 21 games, I think it is, this season. That's a mad stat for Traore. But I don't think we'll have to rely on defensive responsibility as much against Wolves. They're certainly not going to come out and try and get a goal as desperately as Leipzig are in a Champions League last 16 when they're 2-0 down on aggregate. So yeah, switch up the creativity, bring Keita in for Wijnaldum for that game. Give Wijnaldum a rest, because he's literally been ever present this season, I think. So yeah, it'd be a good game to switch it up, I think.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Yeah, Naby's looked bright since he's come back. He's attempting those forward through balls, which is what we want to see. It's what we've always struggled with so much this season, just those through balls forward. I remember last season, Naby played a few stretch of games, and he was linking up so well with Salah. I think there's a partnership there, just somewhere. And hopefully, if Naby stays fit, he could have a big role next season. Really, it's a difficult one for Naby, because he's got great quality, but his just injuries have royally screwed him over.
Yeah, I think Conroy, who's on the streams with us every now and again, he said that Naby's had this specific rehabilitation training to get him.
I think it's worked.
Well, yeah, it does. He's come back and he's looked very, very good. He's looked very comfortable.
He looks bulkier.
Yeah, he does look bigger. He does look bigger. I remember him being a lot shorter than when I was watching him tonight. And I was you look taller when I was watching him tonight. But
I swear, if they've absolutely, our medical team, our rehabilitation team, have nailed that on, then that is brilliant, because they've turned Naby from an injury-prone player who's looked very good to now, we might see Naby probably start every game from now on and not get injured. If that happens, then all praise to the Liverpool backroom staff for getting that bang on, because we've potentially saved Keita's place in the team. You know, Keita could now imprint himself as the new him, and Jones could be competing for that starting spot.
Yeah, he's held in high regard, I think, at Liverpool, Keita, and I think it has been just his injuries that have let him down. It's certainly not been like his performances. You don't really say, oh, he's had a really bad game. He's always played well when he's played. It's just the fact that he can't get a consistent run of games going.
Yeah.
Keita, I just hope for the best, because we see him have the potential, but just cannot keep fit. And if we can have Keita fit for the rest of the season, he can just give us something different. Especially, I think Thiago have a very good game today, and just because of Fabinho shielding that back line. But guys, I don't want to keep you guys too long. I want to just get in player rating so quick. So Joe, I'll come with you. How much should they give Alisson?
Clean sheet, a couple of important saves, 8.5. 8.5. I'll be generous with him there.
8.5.
Yeah, that's not a bad show, because he makes some very good save and stuff, and you know, some important. So with a clean sheet, that's not bad. Jersey boy.
8.5.
I'll agree with that. I'll agree. 8.5 across the board.
Well, I will give him a 8. I will give him a 8.
Okay.
Ooh, harsh.
I will give him a 8.
Okay.
No. He has been messing up for the last couple, so I don't want to give him this high. I just want to take it easy, but
okay.
Fair enough.
Jersey boy, not Philip.
10. 10. The guy has been unreal. Literally, there could be a comet, like a meteor coming to Earth. The guy would head it out. He's that good.
It was like watching Terry Butcher with his bandage on tonight. He was unreal. He was genuinely superb to watch.
Why was he wearing that on his head?
Sore head, I think.
Yeah. No, but yeah, 10.
Yeah, 10 for me as well.
Yeah, I'll go for a 9.5, just for the controvert. Nah, yeah, 9.5. 9.5. No one's really a 10.
I would give him probably a 8.5. A few times.
Excuse me.
No, a few local time. I know him kind of a little bit slow, but a few
I
times
agree. I do agree with that.
Seriously.
Yeah.
A few times.
We got to be a bit measured.
Yeah, so you know, everybody have a different opinion. So yeah. But what would you give Nat Philip? Jersey boy.
1 second. Demo's gonna want to fight you for saying 8.5.
Yeah.
All right,
what would you give Kaba?
I'm gonna go. I haven't watched him. I didn't watch him, so I'm gonna probably go 8, because I didn't watch him and he became a clean sheet. So I haven't watched the game, so I can't say. But I'm gonna go 8.
Phillips definitely outshone Kabak tonight. I thought.
No, definitely.
But I thought Kabak was very composed on the ball, and it was a lot better showing from him. But Phillips did outshine him, because Phillips just won everything he went for. It was like he took the game by the scruff of the neck and won his challenges, won his aerial duels, and he was superb. But Kabak, I'd give Kabak an 8 as well. I thought a clean sheet's a great thing to get in the Champions League, and he's been in it for both legs. But he played okay tonight. Yeah, 8 from me.
Joe?
Yeah, I'd go. I agree completely. I think Phillips is the more dominant defender. I think he's a bit more reliable, and I think he's had a few more good performances than Kabak. Yeah, Kabak's still settling in. I'm yet to be fully convinced by him, if I'm being brutally honest, but he was okay tonight. I'll give him a 7.5. I think that's probably fair. Yeah.
Yeah, I would give him 8.5. I would give him 8.5. Nothing too major, but to have that clean sheet, and that's going to give him a lot of confidence. Just came off back at injury, so I will think 8.5 is a fairly one. Robertson.
8. Again, I'm estimating. I haven't watched the game yet properly.
And then
So I haven't watched the game, so I can't say.
I'd say.
So,
Yeah.
Joe, sorry, you go first.
I think Robbo is Robbo. Been pretty consistent. You know, he hasn't been the best of form of late. In general, though, this season he's been fairly consistent. Consistent again today. Always coming down that left like fire. Linking up reasonably well with Sadio. I think it was fairly solid. I think maybe 7.5 is good enough. Like nothing too great, but just was there. You know, got to be measured. But yeah, 7 for me. 7.5, whatever.
7 from me. I thought he misplaced a few very easy passes. He was a little bit complacent in that sense, but it was nice to see his pace and his confidence at left back again. He was taking on men in his own half, and it was encouraging again. As I said, it was a very encouraging performance. He didn't do anything out of this world, but yeah, it was a solid performance. So 7 from me.
I will give him a 6.5. I don't think him do nothing great, but a part of that back four to keep a clean sheet, you have to give the man credit. I think him need a little bit of rest.
Tsimikas needs to come in at some point.
Tsimikas actually was well up for it when he came on. I know he was only on for like 5 minutes, but he tried to take a volley on from about 30 yards out as soon as he came on. And then...
I think maybe against Wolves or maybe Arsenal, one of those games, he needs to play.
The thing is, I think it's such a shame with Tsimikas being injured. Like, we bought him because this is a jam-packed season as per normal, and Robertson can't possibly have played all these games. He's played all these games. Tsimikas was there to bit rotation, you know, supposedly in the easier home games against the likes of Brighton, Burnley, Fulham, West Brom. It would be Tsimikas maybe to normally play, but that just hasn't happened this season. I don't mind him playing in a couple of games. I mean, maybe he could have played against Fulham. Who knows? You know, wouldn't have made much difference, let's be honest. But yeah, it'd be nice to see Tsimikas play. It's just a question of, you know, the slimmest chance of top 4, do we want to play our best team every game? Yes. Is it a risk playing Tsimikas? Maybe. Yeah, I guess it's a bit mixed.
But I would rather risk having Tsimikas there and then Robertson having a really bad injury and then we're screwed.
Yeah. Well, that's a good point. It's a good point.
Well, Ryan, let's go Mr. number 6. Thiago.
Do we miss Trent?
Trent? All right.
Trent 7 for me.
Well, when Ryan, since you're in charge, you go first.
Yeah, Trent. I will give Trent a 6. I don't think him do nothing great, but as I said, I want to see more improvement from Trent, especially going forward. Whenever him square the ball, he try to pick out a Liverpool player. Not just square the ball for God's sake. Square it and pick out a Liverpool player. So for me, I give him a 6. Jersey boy.
No comment because I didn't watch the game. I'm gonna say no comment on anyone I didn't watch yet. So no comment for me. Joe?
I'll say I think 6.5, 7. I thought he was a bit better today in terms of his defensive abilities. He made a few good tackles. You know, the ball to Salah was always kind of on Salah making the run. Yeah, 6.5, 7.
Yeah.
Busy.
Yes, sorry, 7 from me. As I said, I agree with all the comments. He didn't do anything out of this world, but it was a better showing from him.
Okay. Let's go to the man of the moment, Fabinho, number 6, Woolen midfield.
10.
I'll go with you first, Busy.
10 from me. I thought he was superb again. I know it's just I think I'm giving these ratings based on like how relieved I am to see us go like actually play like Liverpool again. So it was like watching us last season with Fabinho in midfield. It was great. But yeah, it was either him or Phillips as my man of the match. I think Phillips took it by a nose to Fabinho, but they were both 10 out of 10.
Shout out to my brethren sports, the Formula Sports from Jamaica. Keep up the great content with the Reggae Boys. Bless up yourself, brother. I've been tuning in, but most of the time I'm at work, so I don't even leave a comment. But big up yourself, bro. You're doing a great job. Continue with the journey. For me, I will give Fabinho a 10 out of 10. I want to see the man back.
Hey!
Yeah, I
thought you were going to say 6.5 or something.
Nah, man, 10 out of 10, man. That's where him belongs, man. He come on against Fulham, start to play a few forward pass, and I said, yes, that's something we miss out of our midfield. And to see him back and put in a performance like this, I have to give him a 10 out of 10. Jersey boy said 10 out of 10. So, Joe, how much would you give him? You're smiling. You have something different?
I want it to be a full house, but yeah, fine. I'll go for a 10. Go on.
Bingo.
He was unreal. He was unreal. But yeah, hopefully he can get that consistency back. You know, we know how good he was last season. He's been so good at defense for majority of the season, but midfield is his position. And yeah, I really can't wait to see him put some good performances in the future, because that's his position. So yeah, 10. Hopefully he can continue. Yeah.
Thiago.
Okay.
Thiago.
8.5. I thought he was great tonight. I really enjoyed watching him play today. He was on it from the first minute. He had a chance where he should have really gone for goal early on in the game, and then he ended up squaring it to Salah, which was a bad ball. But he was more himself tonight. He controlled the game. His passes were nice. He was accurate. Yeah, it was good to watch. 8.5.
I think Thiago have a very good game. To see him get that free roll and play up the pitch more, that simply mean that's where we want to see Thiago. That's the impact he can make. He create the first chance to give Mohamed Salah with a beautiful pass from outside of the midfield. 1-on-1, Mohamed Salah should do better. To see Thiago get him first assist in a Liverpool jersey. But nevertheless, I think him have a very good game. So I will give him a 7.5. Joe.
Yeah, I'd go for an 8 as well. Definitely, like you said earlier, Bizzo, Fabinho coming in, free Thiago up, playing those forward passes. Yeah, definitely want to see Thiago in the future being that attacking role. You know, he's such a creative player, but he's also such an intelligent player and such a quality player as well. So the front three should thrive off Thiago, and it's a shame it kind of hasn't happened this season, but hopefully next season. Yeah, so 8 for me.
Genie, busy.
7.5. 7.5 for tonight.
7.5, not too bad. So I will give him a 6. Joe?
I'd go for a 7.
Jersey boy, have any comment on Genie?
Didn't watch the game, but I'm only doing about the stuff I've known about the game because I was watching the Barcelona game. So
okay, so let's move on to the next. Let's move on to the front three. Salah, Mane, Jota. They involved in especially the first goal. Both of them, 3 of them involved in the first goal that Mohamed Salah scored. How do you rate Jota, Joe?
Yeah, it's so good to see Jota back. He had a few chances in the first half, like kind of had a 1-on-1 straight at the keeper, and then I think the rebound from a shot, he kind of missed it with his left foot. But yeah, I love seeing Jota. He's so exciting. He's such a positive player because every time he picks up the ball, he drives forward. Obviously, he's just come back from injury. It wasn't a perfect game. He played the ball to Salah, I believe, for his goal. I'd give Jota I'd give him a 7.5.
7.5. That's not a bad. I will give him a 7. I didn't think him have a bad game. Still look a little bit of rusty, but obviously just coming back from a knee injury out for 3 months. So I will give him a 7. Devo, how much you give him?
Mate.
Yeah, what you give him? Busy, what you give him?
I thought you called me a different name then.
I
thought you called me Debo or Demo.
No, I heard Demo.
Yeah.
Demo
No.
far from D from look for far D from B. I said busy.
Right.
Bizzo.
What's the name? No, busy.
Bizzo. Not Bizzo.
Sorry about that mess up your name, man. The pronunciation is word, man.
I
hope you don't feel offended, man.
I give all the front three a 7.5 tonight because I thought we created a lot of chances, which was great. Mane would have got a 7 if he didn't get on the score sheet. I think Salah would have got a 7 if he didn't get on the score sheet, and I think Jota offered a lot of creativity up front. So he was the brighter out of the three. So 7.5 for all of them. They need to start taking the chances again. They need to start bagging the goals.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
I agree with you. They get a lot of chance where they should put it in the back of the net. So
Yeah,
I'll go for the same mark with all of them.
When it comes to Salah, for me, I hope this isn't controversial, but I always say with Salah, he's so good and so bad in the same game. I honestly think that sums him up, because he has so many moments of quality, but then he has so many moments of just absolute no for me. But he's a goal machine, and he hasn't had his best season in terms of performance, and he hasn't really been consistent. But one thing that's guaranteed with him is goals. So he took his goal, and it's so good to see Sadio as well. Love Sadio to bits. I'm so happy to see him on the score sheet. Definitely put in a shift. Well, Sadio as well.
Definitely. But as I said, Liverpool to the quarterfinal. Let's hope we get Porto. Let's hope we can win a few more games.
You forgot me, Ryan.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 6.9, just nearly 7 for all the front three, just because, again, the front three cannot score regularly tap-ins. We cannot score tap-ins. Salah, if you remember against Salzburg, he had 3 one-on-ones, missed them all, and then a shot from all the way near the corner flag, he scored.
Yeah. He is quite wasteful, I'll be honest, but it's crazy. He's so wasteful, but then he'll still somehow score. It's just mental.
Yeah, definitely. But I just want to tell you guys, thank you very much for coming. Let know where the people can find you, Joe.
Me, well, I don't have a YouTube channel myself, but you can find me on Instagram if you want, and hopefully be here on a couple of live streams in the future. So yeah.
Definitely. Where they can find you, Jersey boy?
You can find me on here. As you guys know, I'm the designer and content creator here for Ryan on the Run LFC channel. I'm here most of the time, or on my channel just called Jersey Boy. What about you, Bizzo?
You can find me on everyone's channel because I like hopping on everyone's stuff. I don't have my own. I do have my own, but it's music related. If you search Bizzo Bond on YouTube,
you should drop it in the link, Jersey boy. Drop him.
I will do, and I want everyone. If you like music, go listen to Bizzo Bond's new track. It's
thank you,
brilliant,
thank
dude.
you very much. Thank you.
Let me put it on Bizzo Bond. I spelled it right. I have spelled it right. Oh, nice. I spelled it right. That's brilliant. All right.
Thank you very much, boys.
Yeah, nice one.
I'm going to go to bed now, a happy man for a change.
Yeah, I have to go to
Same as
sleep
me.
now for work, man. I have work later, so.
Okay, everyone go subscribe to Bizzo Bond and listen to his new
I don't
track.
see it drop yet.
That stream has always delayed. There you go.
He's dropped it a few
The link,
times.
guys. Make sure all of you guys just click on the link.
Thank you very much.
Tell him Ryan LFC sent him. So make sure you click on it.
And and guys, be ready because Ryan's got some new interviews coming for the GFF and Jamaica coming up. We've got a watch along on Monday for Liverpool Wolves. We're going to be taking a bit relaxed now the last few days. We'll see you guys soon. Stay safe, stay safe.
Tomorrow.
Yes, Ryan's told me it's a very big interview. Be ready for that, guys. And we'll see you all for another stream very, very soon. And as always,
cheers, everyone.
Thanks.